A bill that's now passed both chambers of the State House could impact school budgets you'll be voting on, something we just talked about. Its goal is to avoid some of the largest property tax increases in state history. It's now up to Governor Phil Scott to sign off if he chooses to. And officials with his office say he hopes to take action either tomorrow or Friday. Fox 44's Matt Holderman has more.
After overwhelming approval by the state Senate, the decision is now on to Governor Phil Scott to either sign this bill into law or veto it ahead of town meeting day.
I would move at this time that the Senate suspend its rules and take H. 850 off the notice calendar for immediate action.
The moment the gavel dropped Wednesday afternoon in the Senate chambers, almost all focus turned to passing this new bill, with only 2 senators voting against it.
We're going to make some changes because we have to now, in order to prevent tremendous harm to lots of Vermonters.
The new bill pitches amendments to Act 127, which put a 5% tax limit on school districts as they try spending more on underprivileged students. The issue that came from that, though, many districts have increased their spending too much, 15% higher on average.
There were some communities that took that incentive because we had left the door open.
A 5% cap when you've got 15% spending is bankruptcy. You can't cap your revenue at 5 and put your spending up around 15.
If this bill becomes law, that 5% cap will be removed, and generally speaking, schools will go back to being taxed in accordance with how much they're spending. While property taxes are still set to rise anyways, lawmakers hope this change won't make them rise quite as high as that 20% mark on average.
An 18-20% increase in taxes is, especially people living on fixed income, is more than they can do.
In addition to the vote, many senators made comments saying this bill should be just the first of many steps towards revamping the state's education funding system as a whole. Democratic and Republican senators were largely in agreement that the current system is both too complicated and too costly.
We have a system that Mo, Curly, and Larry can't figure out. And we need to make it so. We need to make it so that every Vermonter can understand how we raise revenue for spending.
We're going to need a discussion about how to reduce budgets and how to reduce those long-term costs in a way that is new and that is going to be groundbreaking.
Again, should the bill be signed into law, districts will be allowed to move their budget votes to any date up to April 15th. That will give them at least a couple weeks to rework their budgets, even though it normally takes them months to craft their initial budgets. For now, reporting in Montpelier, Matt Holderman, Fox 44 News.